Hello friends, welcome back to another loyalty farming session. Today we're taking on DTC.K, an alliance we faced last season, I think, and didn't win. Of course, then again, we didn't win many of our wars at all last season. Taking in the trusty trio as usual. Let's get right to it. We're on path 3 again this war. First up we have an Electro on Psychic Thorns. Nothing really going on here. Namor, not only a good counter to this node, but a very good counter to Electro in general. So you can see his health just melting down from the combination of static shock damage and the Psychic Thorns damage that we are returning back. Pull off a nifty little backdraft there. And we don't really have to take too many blocked hits either. I think we took one at the start there. You can see our opponents are running Siphon, as most people do these days. And Electro goes down. No problem. So next fight is pretty rough, not going to lie. We're going to take our first death here. It's pretty sad that it's a Sentinel. I find Sentinel a very easy champion to fight. However, you're going to see that it goes wrong for me pretty quickly here. So what's going to happen here is that I'm going to push him to his SP2, and then I'm going to screw up the dodge for it, which is going to get me a bunch of incinerates, and he's at max analysis because I'm a mutant, so the incinerate debuff duration is doubled. Now, I very shortly, or at the same time, hit my SP3. So I'm sitting here, you'll see, I'm trying to mash my SP3 because I'm expecting to be able to heal similar to the way I did in my Heimdall fight on one of these Psychic Thorn nodes in last war, I think it was, or the war before, I can't remember. However, what I didn't realize, there you go, so I went into, I dashed in, and he intercepted me with a special attack. So right here, I'm on life support. I'm trying to heal up, but what I don't realize is that the getting hit by special attack gives me a passive heal block and a fate seal. So there's no regen on the way, and I will immediately die after this SP3. So very annoying to get special intercepted by Sentinel. That's unusually aggressive behavior, but you know, whatever. So I healed up, revived and healed up Namor, and went back in and finished him off. So that was a bit frustrating. But so we take our first death of the season, and frankly, I'm a bit relieved. I hate having a no death streak anymore because the no death season is a dream that will never come to fruition, and that's just the way it is. So, all right, we got a Domino here on also on Psychic Thorn. So all these three fights pretty much have the same nodes. Going to speed up the boosting here. I try to avoid taking Domino with non-tech champs where possible now, especially with Namor. I've had a lot of problems with Dominoes in the past with Namor because he has such like sweeping and lengthy attack animations. If she evades one of your medium attacks when she's lucky, she's going to counterattack before your animation finishes. And I actually posted on the forum about this months ago and got no response on it, so not that I really expected one. I actually think Prof Hoff did a video on my post as well, so we're going to be extra careful here. If we see her go lucky after she fills a bar of power, we're pretty much going to back off and wait until lucky goes away. In addition, since we are not a tech champ, we also have a chance to go unlucky when she fills a bar of power, in which case we'll have to parry her SP1. So we're going to fire off the SP3 here. This should heal me, unlike the previous one, because I did not get hit by a special attack in this fight. I should not be heal blocked. So that'll that'll do some work to top me off here from the critical failure damage that I was taking. Got the Fury up, so just got to... I parried that. I could have dodged it. The unlucky ran out just beforehand, but I didn't want to chance it, I guess. So, and we successfully did not die to a Domino, which is always a positive. All right, we're up on Section 2 here. We got an easy fight against Mr. Sinister on Masochism. I'm going to go in with maybe the best counter to Sinister, Mr. Warlock. One thing that kind of sucks about this fight is that, specifically when it comes to the Siphon, actually, before I get that, you see how Sinister dexed a second ago. That is becoming a common problem, and you're going to see it on the next fight when I actually slow down the fight, and you're going to see how dexing is basically becoming a huge issue in war. But anyways, as I was saying, in a fight where you don't want to take as many parries, like you don't want to take parries against the Siphon Global. Fights with massive amounts of regen are a problem because they constantly power drain with Warlock, and therefore you have to take a lot of other parries and block damage in order to get your openings. So, excuse me. All right, so we got a Korg. I could have gone in with Warlock here first, but I wanted to hopefully save myself some potions. Going in with Warlock essentially cedes a large amount of my health. So I was going to try and just nuke him down with Namor. I'm pretty comfortable fighting him with Namor here. So what I was trying to do here is basically just not trigger Dexterity. If he wasn't unblockable, like he is here, I'm just blocking the special one, and then just doing as much damage as I could. I think I do trigger Buffet eventually because he goes unblockable. However, there is a huge problem at the end of this fight that I will point out before I slow it down. So, alright, so we're trying to bait out the SSB2 here. I trigger Dexterity and heal him up quite a bit, and now he is being uncooperative, and now we're stuck in the corner. So we healed him up to full again by using our precision buff. So I'm trying to counteract all the healing with just I don't really feel like I can afford to wait for double furies and getting off one massive hit. So right there, my dex fails, and I run right into his special one. There you go. He dexes me in the middle of the dash forward. He changes his mind and dashes back. That is annoying, and that is behavior that I have never seen before in war. It feels like the AI has been changed to be more defensive, and Dexterity in war opponents is basically an unavoidable evade. So True Strike can't counter Dexterity. It's just, if the AA decides they're going to dodge your attack, they're going to do it, and you can't do anything about it, no matter what champion you bring in. So, alright, so we landed a massive special attack, and he's pretty much on the ropes here. So I'm going to dash in to intercept him. Oh, just kidding. He interrupts his walk-in, dexes me, and combos me into oblivion. So we take a second death here. So that's 3 or 4 times this war that I've been dexed and countered. Very annoying. A lot of BS, I think. Because that kind of stuff is really not avoidable in the normal pace of a war fight. So, but it makes me use potions, it makes me use revives, and that's really what war is all about, right? Just reviving and using items as much as you can. Yeah, I'm not bitter, I promise. No, I'm lying. I am very bitter. I hate war. Alright, so we went back in with Warlock, as you can see, rather than healing up Namor again, and potentially healing Korg up even fuller. We're just going to try and get him down here while taking as little Thorns damage as possible, which we do. Alright, so we have an easier fight, if you want to call it easier fight, I guess. So we got a Domino on Buffet, easier than the last two probably, or last one at least. Gonna go in with Warlock this time rather than Namor. Tech Champ, always good for fighting Miss Domino. I probably could be doing more like shallow intercepts here because Warlock's dash back is pretty short. Not sure somebody like Morning Stars, but so once we get the infection up, the fight is pretty much under control at that point because she can't heal from the Fae. And we're also going to be paying careful mind again to be lucky so that she doesn't evade and counterattack us. And now we've got the armor break up, which is nice, except she just wants to sit there and let the armor break expire. Again, seemingly defensive AI when it suits them. I don't know. Maybe I'm just spouting conspiracy theories, but it certainly seems like things have changed a bit. And as I'm sitting here, we're in the middle of the next war, and there's additional issues, which I will cover in the next video, I'm sure. So probably has to do with the latest patch. The days right after a patch are usually pretty bad and pretty filled with bugs. So, all right, we got a debuff immune Iceman. Going to take in Warlock because he is immune to Cold Snap. We are also at Special Lock 1, and holding our special doesn't give us anything because we're robots and we can't heal via willpower, so we're just going to fire off the SP1. It really doesn't do any damage because he's debuff immune, so the shock isn't doing anything. Look at that, we're doing, what, 800 damage per hit from the gun there, so thankfully this Iceman has suicides on, so he is doing a lot of the work for us by simply throwing special attacks. And again, sitting back, just comfortable, doing nothing. And push him to his SP2, which is a nice chain because it's much easier. Go back in, and I think this should do him in. There we go. Alrighty, one more fight left in this war. This is a Killmonger on triple power gain and enhanced special 2. You can see I think a couple people went in on this already. The war was long lost at this point, so you notice I didn't even bother to boost. It was basically just let's get these last couple fights down and get out of here with our tail between our legs, as has been the case this entire season. The fight actually starts off pretty well. I manage his power well, as well as can be expected. I hate giving him those indestructible charges, but thankfully they only make him indestructible from physical attacks. So you can see the degen is still ticking him down while he has those indestructible charges up. So Void obviously, at a bit of a disadvantage here because he's a science champ, and giving Killmonger extra power with all the debuffs is generally not a good idea. And that's actually what ends up doing me in here, is that I accidentally push him to an SP3. I think that as I'm playing through this fight, I remember thinking that I had just enough space left on his power bar to keep him from getting there, and that was not the case. So as soon as he gets to the SP3, of course, the fight is pretty much over at that point. So, but we've done some good damage. We've successfully not gotten cornered against the wall somehow, and yeah. So degen putting in some nice work there, as you can see. About to get another debuff, and then right here. So I think what happened on that last hit is that the Resonate Mastery gave him a debuff, which pushed him over the threshold to 3 bars. So in hindsight, I probably should have taken that Mastery off. But yeah, so that was entirely 100% on me. No funny business there. So I'm going to go in again, rather than heal up Namor or heal up Void, we're just going to try and finish this fight off with Warlock. There's not really anything special here. I mean, we can turn off the Vibranium Armor once we get to a special 2. And we're also power draining him, which is pretty nice. That is, of course, via the Resonate Mastery. So in one fight, it helps me. And in another fight, it causes my death. So, dodge this SP1. Apparently, I don't dodge the last kick. Hit him with the SP2, and that kills him. So, yeah. So 3 deaths this war. That's the most I've had in quite some time. And you know what to expect at this point. The nice red defeat screen. So 6 potions used, 8 kills, 3 deaths. Really bad war for me personally, and as our record stands, a bad war for everybody. So I don't know what to expect going forward. It's very frustrating, very deflating, and as for winning, well, so all right, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to sub if you like the stuff, like the video. It really helps me out in the long run. And we'll see you again next time.